Recognizing a quorum, I call the Wareham Housing Authority regular meeting, June 27, 2018 to order. Please rise. Turn off all your electronic devices and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I was panicking because I didn't shut my phone off.
Thank you.
First, I couldn't find the flag and in this tool.
I know. Look at that.
Thank you. Roll call. Jean Connaughton present.
Yes.
Eleanor Martin present. Bob Howlett is present. Jackie Hickey present. Absent is Bill Lockwood and Donna Bronk. Also present with us are guests Sandy Slavin and Joe Leggett and WCTV. We'll expedite the meeting on behalf of our guests and recognize Sandy Slavin and Joe Leggett representing CPC.
Yes.
Floor is yours.
We have your CPC grant request for the 4 housing units, and we will be bringing you in front of the complete board later on before we make a decision and vote on it. But Mr. Liggett would like to speak to you regarding some changes to the housing
Not so much changes.
request to implement or include more accommodations for handicapped. So let Joe speak to it.
Yeah, it's just something I'd like to have you people think about. As far as building the 4 units, would it be practical for you to actually design those to be handicapped accessible fully for mobility purposes? All 4 units? I know you already hit your limit anyways, you already at your 5%.
They're handicapped accessible in terms of the structurally inside, but we're gonna have handicapped roll-in bathtubs and everything else. I don't know about ramp. You're talking ramps?
I'm mostly talking about doorway widths.
Oh, yeah,
and
all that
countertop
stuff.
Yeah.
heights.
Okay. All done.
All right, because that
Weren't you
way,
talking about countertops also?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that way when you go to refurbish the other ones, then you've already got those done, and you could do these,
Yep.
be a little bit cheaper, because you're not talking about structural stuff.
Yeah.
No, that was my concern was I hopefully that you guys thought about it, and evidently you did. So,
We did.
that's very
But-
good then.
And also the elevation, just so you can see that the elevation will be,
As low as
we
you
won't
get.
need ramps because we will have walkways that are accessible by
Oh, even
wheelchair.
better.
Yeah,
Even better.
yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
No, that's all, otherwise, we're all for this.
Oh, good.
yeah,
And we want to see this go before the voters at town meeting. So, well, we'll discuss that at our meeting anyways.
yeah.
We have, hopefully see you guys there.
Yeah, you let us know when we'll be there.
Yeah.
We're also exploring the possibility of making it 6 instead of 4 units.
I would like that.
That's what I was just gonna mention.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that was brought up at the meeting. They asked if perhaps we could attach another unit, make it 3 in a row.
Well, I don't know.
We were just asking, because I didn't think you had
Yeah.
enough room for more
Yeah,
than.
but there may be problems with 3 once you have 3 in it connected, but
Yeah, the
Bill
fire
knows
connections.
about
Good.
that, but it could be 2, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah,
Also, Jackie's exploring the cost of manufactured,
mm-hmm.
off-site,
mentioned that.
delivered.
They do
and
make a sturdy unit. I
it's
put a couple
turnkey.
together.
Yeah, turnkey, and then if we can save considerable amount of money doing it that way, we will.
Well, time is money, and those go up very, very
Yeah,
quick.
and the plus time. The other thing Jackie will do after we get the details of the plans, whichever, whether it's manufactured or we build, is go to the town hall and get the permitting cost for the whole McGill, because that's important.
That's true, no, because I know you guys have been trying for a long time on getting this done, and I just want to get before voters this time.
We do too.
Mhm.
Let's hope it makes it.
We're gonna do our damnedest.
Yeah, we know you guys are not a problem.
No, we really, CPC is really lacking and falling behind on the affordable housing stuff, you know, I mean, the numbers are up there for everything else, so.
Can I speak, Chairman, to the CPC? The CPC law on the new regulation that Governor Baker and Polito are signing any day now. There is an economic development portion, and within that bill, there is a CPC regulation change to be more inclusive of housing authorities in general, that they can go for any now reconstruction, remodel, help to sustain, and it is written
wonderful.
exactly, I just read it.
I did read that today, yeah.
Yeah, that they're looking to broaden the definition, thank you, of the CPC article within terms of housing
Yeah.
to specifically address the housing authority's stock.
LHA.
I think
Existing
it's,
stock.
because I don't think Warehams unique in that aspect.
No.
I think it just, all the other towns that are signed on to CPA, they tend to just go towards that, and they think about the affordable housing, because there's usually private ownership involved with it, and everybody goes up in arms.
Yeah,
CPA was basically not meant to be spent on town-owned stuff.
right, town owned,
Yeah, it was not supposed to be backdoor to a 2.5.
right.
override.
Yeah,
Correct.
right. Well, this isn't, this would.
No,
Yeah.
but that's why I think you see the changes in the
Notwithstanding the
regulations.
legislators' clarification, when I read the first thing, I read it to include renovation, reconstruction, and all that stuff. But because of nitwits out there, they had to redefine clarify it. Anyway, thank you.
Did you have anything else to say?
You have several articles still outstanding that haven't been
Yep,
Finished.
yep.
started.
No, they're all
They're
started.
in the process.
Yep,
We just
every
haven't
last-
billed you.
Okay, then as far as I'm concerned, they haven't been started, because
They're
I
over.
haven't seen any paperwork on the rehab of the office building
Yep.
and,
We're gonna
In
have that.
3 weeks, that unit will be, by July 31st, that unit will be finished.
Great.
So you will have all of those
It's gonna be
bills.
called the Sandy Slavin
Yeah, right.
unit.
yeah.
And, yeah,
SS.
we just
Yeah,
actually
shit,
met
sorry.
with,
You're on TV.
Oh,
we just met with the maintenance foreman, and we are ordering our cabinets, the handicapped accessible. We have a plan to get rid of the tub. They went in there, they inspected it, the tiles were in great shape because the unit hasn't been used in 20 years, so we don't want to lose the tiles because they're in really, really good shape. And so we're going to, do all the modifications necessary. We are waiting right now for asbestos remediation, and that takes time to
what's
get.
the other project?
The other project is the underfloor plumbing.
Plumbing.
The plans are in review with Griffith and Very. So as soon as I get them back, we are going out to bid with that job. I want them done by the time we go. We gotta get these off the books.
I'm sorry,
And that's the only 2 that are open.
the July 4th fair is coming up, so I'm in, for the Historical Society, so I've got a lot of juggling to do.
Sure.
So I'm sorry, but I
That's
had to
okay.
take the call.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand.
We know that the last time you submitted a grant request for 4 units, the selectmen refused to put it on the warrant because they said it was too much money. Well, since then, your cost has gone up to $50,000 more than what you originally submitted. And CPC will do everything it can to make sure goes before town meeting again, even if we have to do a citizens article.
Okay.
We will not let the selectmen prevent this project from being submitted to town meeting.
I think while you were out, I was explaining to Joe that Jackie's in the process of getting estimated costs for this being a manufactured housing, which could save as much as 20%.
Since we don't have to worry about prevailing wage.
Right, and it's timely, and more timely also, and so we're also considering asking for 6 units instead of 4. So we might
So we
amend,
could ask for the dollar amount you're looking for and not put a unit count
right,
in the article
Yes.
as
Yes.
going forward, okay?
yeah, okay, and the other thing was what? I think that was it, right?
Jean, you had sent me an email today about the Affordable Housing Trust. There was some initial talk about dissolving it because we really hadn't done anything because people hadn't come before us. And the town needs a affordable housing trust entity in order to get some grants. So I believe because of that, the discussion is no longer getting rid of affordable housing trust, but only meeting when needed as opposed to meeting every month and saying hi and how are you and bye and not do anything. So,
Coffee or donut?
no, not even coffee or donuts. So I sent you a copy of the Affordable Housing Trust form.
Good,
To
because I
submit-
couldn't find it.
It was under the Affordable Housing Trust page on the town website, but I
Okay.
forwarded you the form that
Good.
we use for
Thank you.
applications. Because it's my understanding that there could be a supplemental request of that entity for the housing. So, off topic, but I thought I'd share with
Thank
everybody
you.
that Jean has reached
That's
out to
all
the
right.
Affordable Housing Trust for some additional funds. And I just happened to be on that board.
I was surprised when I opened it up today. I saw you there. I said, oh, good information.
That's it.
That's it, thank you.
Just Joe's request and
Yep.
but we are meeting tonight for CPC and we're gonna start discussing the 4 grant requests that have come for us for fall town meeting, and we will ask you to come before the rest of the board in total, sometime probably in late July or August.
Okay, thank you.
I like the idea of 6 units, the more the better.
Definitely.
How big is the waiting list now?
700?
Yeah, we're right around 700, just done, yeah.
It's the only true, real affordable housing that exists.
Yeah.
You're talking affordable housing through the housing authority for 400 square feet. We, average cost to a tenant here, based on the income for the number of units we have, is $500 a month. These other things that are supposed to be affordable.
The 40B units are certainly not affordable.
They're not, that's not
Yeah,
the,
$1,200 a
Yeah,
month,
yeah.
it just doesn't do it. Okay,
all right, can I have, you not speak it out loud, can you come up and write your phone number down for me? I have something else I'd like to run by you. or
You mean
another-
accuse me of?
No, run by you or ask for your help. Thank you. I forget what else I was gonna, what was the guy's name that was keep pushing us for the, when are we gonna get that unit up?
Worthen, Mr.
Oh.
Worthen.
It's either
Tom
gonna be
Worthen?
this, it's
Sandy
either gonna be the
Slavin.
Sandy Slavin unit or the Tom Worthen unit. But
You get a
we're
text.
gonna have.
If
an-
you drive, have you driven by Agawam Village today or the last couple
well, I
of days?
try not to, since it says residents and guests only, I
Yeah.
very seldom take a,
Inside.
wanna-
about once a month I take a swing by just to look.
You're
Yeah,
one of
so
the
if
few
you-
that follow that. Everybody else comes through and knocks down the ballards and
Yeah.
damages the buildings and everything else. But
Well, we're actually doing the big project, the roof and the siding. All of Building 5 has been stripped and wrapped for the
Wow.
weather.
And that's being paid for by the state, right?
That's in the bond bill, the $600 million
Which, so
bill that
if
just
the
got signed. yeah.
Selectmen say the state's not stepping up, you can say they most certainly
Oh,
are.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it
2.2
just takes a long
million.
time, but it
Yeah.
takes a long time. This has been going on for
Even
years.
does on local level, always takes a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
But
And the
when-
roof, and then the roof in Building 3, then all 5 roofs in Agawam have been completed. Yeah,
Well done,
very,
ladies
very
and
exciting.
gentlemen, well
Yeah.
done.
But when we get that unit up, the conversion, we will have an open house and a ribbon cutting and would like you folks, the selectmen, Representative Gifford, et cetera, to be there.
Yes, that's a,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Will
So
it
the
be
billing-
cake?
Huh?
Will it be cake?
Just a pound cake, not with the, no frosting.
gotta watch your diet.
Joe, I'll make you a cake with frosting.
Thank
Go.
you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, folks.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you so
time
much.
and taking us out. of-
Yeah, anytime, we'd be glad to show you the progress on that unit.
Okay,
yeah, if you wanna come by.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys in a couple
again, I
weeks.
apologize for the phone call. I know you said it's silent, I didn't.
No apologies necessary.
Bye-bye.
We make exceptions for you. Take care. Thanks again, folks.
Bye.
Oh, this is this is pretty big.
Okay, so, no resident participation, go back to old business. Regular minutes of the May 18, 2018 meeting, which we got electronically before. Anybody get a chance to review them?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Gene Connaughton, seconded by
By
Eleanor
Eleanor
Martin. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is that my town?
No.
It must be there.
It must be one of these that
All right.
stopped.
Next item on the agenda, authorization to sign checks and documents that have adequate supporting documentation, appropriate approval by the administrator. We have a motion by Eleanor Martin.
I'll make a motion. Where are you?
Oh, wait a minute,
No,
no,
you're-
on the agenda. You're on the minutes. No, you don't have an agenda.
For some
I did
reason.
not
All right.
not bring
And I usually
agendas.
print one out before I come. Sorry.
And Bob, thank God you brought
Thank
your
God I brought
agenda.
one, okay. So it's item B on
Yes.
here.
I make a motion to authorize the signing of checks and documents that have adequate supporting documentation and appropriate approval.
I second it.
Second, motion by Ellen, second by Jean. Any further discussion? All in favor? So
Aye.
carried. New business administrators report as attached.
So vacancies carried forward were two. 2 units vacated in Agawam, 2 were in Redwood. 1 was rented in Agawam, still with a balance of 5 units that are empty, that will be empty on June 30th. So I included this in already, although it's not June 30th, this is what we're up against, including the office. So, each one, they're not quite vacant yet, because one will be, as you can see, it's July 15th, June 30th, June.
Right.
You know, we had quite a weekend a couple weeks ago. So, we have 683 current applications. We are still going through our yearly quelling process. That's where we're at right now. We had 57 work orders completed in the month from May 19th to 6/25. We still have 11 that were open yesterday. Just to bring to your attention that we're coming up to year end, and so I do have our year end ACH drafts for our employee taxes that we pay. This does not get voted on when we vote in for our regular vendor payments. So this is to the IRS and the Com of Mass, so we just need to sign this today. And I made you aware of it, and that all of the year ends, which is the top 5 salaries, budget certification, and lead certification, which are 3 documents that get voted on by the board every year. Lead is to certify that we are following the Massachusetts lead notification law. And we have a little form that we fill out every year, or for every tenant that gets put in within the HAFIS system for the state of Massachusetts. Is how our reporting system. When we put in a vacancy and we add a new tenant, that sparks that lead notification. So we go in there.
Yeah.
Top 5 salaries. Every housing authority in the state of Massachusetts fills this budget form out. The top 5 salaries have to match what we submitted all year round, and it does. So then you vote on, and then the budget certification, you vote. Tom Joy will be here at that meeting. He will explain everything, and then much like he explained just 6 weeks ago, the budget.
Yeah.
Now we're at the year end, and now we're gonna have the budget certification. So that's, so these are just the ACH drafts. They come out monthly and quarterly, depending on what the taxes are. Then, the infrastructure report, and that's
Can I ask a question on this?
Yep, go ahead, yep.
So, in effect, we voted on this when we voted on the payroll every week, every month, right?
No,
And this is a withholding,
these are payments to the IRS and the state.
but they come out of their check, or it's coming from us?
These are all that came out of the employees' portion.
Okay, that's what I mean,
Right.
so this is technically, it's like you're just transmitting taxes and everything else,
Correct,
but it says
yeah.
withholding. Some goes to unemployment, some goes to DOR, and some goes to the IRS.
Correct.
Fine. Okay, that answers my question. Go ahead.
That's all I have for the administration report, along with the budget, but we'll talk about that later. the infrastructure report. So if we wanted to, do we have any comments on the administrator's report?
Where were you when I interrupted you?
That's all that's on there. You can see just that.
Okay. All right, we'll go to the infrastructure report if.
You wanna take
ready
a
for
motion
that.
and a second
On what?
on the administrator's report, which is the,
Okay, move. Can I have a
I'll
motion
make
to accept the
move that we
administrator's
approve
report?
the administrator's report.
I will second it.
Okay, motion by Jean, seconded by Eleanor. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
okay, so we are still tweaking the final, sign details, but we do expect it to be installed soon. I'm very excited about that. We are currently in the demo of Unit 51. We have not gotten the final asbestos remediation date yet, but I expect it whenever they get their permit. They'll call us and tell us. All other demolition in that unit has been completed. We will be, and then once the the flooring has been gone, then we demo the tub, install the, get the painting done, fix any of the walls that need to, and then be in rebuild mode. And we do have we do expect it to be done by July 31st. The roof in building 3 is in demolition and reconstruction. Building 5, the shingles are being removed and windows are being replaced. The contractor has submitted a change order for the cedar shingles. The proposal that they're going and needing to vote on is for $8,000. They said $8,006. Yeah, so includes $7,783. For the record, it comes to $8,689.94. And when DHCD, although that's the official number, 8690, when DHCD and Bob read it, they will change that to the proper actual to the penny, because that's just that's how those numbers add up. So that includes $7,783.20 for the increase of shingles, 10% profit instead of 15 of $778.32, and bond premium of $128.42. We will be that we do need a vote on that change order. I do not have the official change order, so the vote needs to include that when we do get the official change order in the mail with all the signatures, that you give the chair, I'm not quite sure how to word that, voting the permission.
I'll take
Okay,
it.
all right. So that
Okay.
needs a separate vote.
So I'll accept a motion to approve this change order in the amount of $8,689.94.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Jean, seconded by Ellen. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, a motion to authorize the chair to execute the change order when the DHCD submits the proper form completed properly in that amount.
I make a motion to accept the change order.
I second it.
No, to authorize the chair to sign it. We
Oh, all right.
authorized the chair. Now, the second motion is to authorize the chair to execute the change order agreement with the contract.
Just to
When
sign it?
When DHCD
Okay.
sends us the proper paperwork. This is just a notice of a change, number one, but not the contractual sign.
Okay. I make a motion to accept the signing of the order.
Okay.
I second it.
So, motion by Ellen, seconded by Jean. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
And just for the record, the change order is a reflection of the tariffs that the contractor WinBid had no idea that was going to substantially affect the contract number.
Tariffs imposed by the
President.
neighbor to the north, Canada.
Yeah. Just to also to make aware that we have a pull station that is well beyond its useful life. It needed to be replaced, and so we are currently going to work with this contractor and our alarm guy, Advanced Alarm, to have it replaced. So they are working together on that, just to bring that to your attention. So the fire alarm system in Redwood, that's the other thing I want to bring to the board's attention. During one of the power surges, we've had many in the last couple of years in Wareham, from where the grid comes in to Wareham through this line, which includes like the Swift's Beach, the school, the town hall, and then Redwood, which is right behind the school area. It was tripped. Our fire alarm gets tripped during these. We don't have the high-tech trip protector. So during one of these things, it was noticed that the backup battery needed to be replaced. We have replaced that. We will be replacing the annunciator and some of the old heat detectors units that are in the apartments. We will be the whole entire panel needs to be replaced. Initially, when we put in the CPA for this year, they asked me if we would be using any emergency funds. I told them yes, to replace this. So I'm hoping that we can still do this after our other emergency, which came to my attention yesterday, and I just emailed you a scanned copy of the letter from Guy Campina. I reached out to DHCD, and I did get approval to move forward on that. It's just going to take some administrative steps. That we have to put it in our system. It gets kicked back to them. They give us a fish number. Once we get that fish number, and they tell us to go ahead, I'm hoping in the next week we get that. It does take a 12-week lead time to have this. Oh, I'm sorry. Guy Campina, a pump. We have 2 pumps at Redwood, and the one pump he just said it needs to be replaced. They have tweaked it as much as they can. They have 2 pumps, one is still working fine, the other one is not. And he has come to everything he's been able to do to make it continually work. It is well over 50 years of age, so it's, again, beyond its useful life, and we need to replace that. So it takes 12 weeks. It is coming from Canada, or some of the parts are coming from Canada. I asked him, does this bid include tariffs? And he said, yes, it does. So he did reach out to 3 companies. 1 didn't get back to him, 2 did. The part itself is under $10,000, so